What's up? I pull up with a throwback dime. She say she's 25, she at least 29. But man, them hips on her, lips on her, finna let it rip on her, flip on her, then dip on her. This is for them classy chicks, them undercover nasty chicks, them trashy chicks. Ain't scared to flash me quick. Oh, look at that ass, she thick.
Send them home. Just send them home. Time to go home there, ball.
Son of a bitch, Ball, why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Crawling Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land Daily Boxing Talk, people. And today we talking Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia. Final fight prediction. Plus, will Spence fight Pacquiao next? Alright, y'all, and you know I'm on the 30-day Pacquiao challenge. I took a few days off, man, so, you know, I'm a little bit behind. So this is going to end up being a 60-day Pacquiao challenge. But we're going to get it done, man. I'm trying to reshape my body, and hopefully I can get there. So let's get into the topic. Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr., man, my fight prediction. And I think this fight comes down to skill levels. I think Errol Spence Jr. is a very technical fighter. He's not a very speedy fighter. He's a very plodding style fighter. He delivers power at the right times. He uses his technique to catch fighters off guard, and I think that technical fighters beat brawler style fighters 7 days a week. That's just my personal opinion, and I think Danny Garcia is a brawling style fighter. Not taking nothing away from Danny, man. No shade to Danny Garcia. I like the guy's personality. I like his swag, man. But I think because he's a brawler, he plays right into the hands of Errol Spence Jr. And I don't think speed's gonna play a factor in this fight, because neither one of these guys are very speedy fighters. Neither one of them can say they have the quickest hands or the quickest feet, or use angles with speed, you know, similar to a Pacquiao or a Crawford or a Lomachenko. You know, these guys, they're more into a technique of boxing, or a style of boxing, and I would say Errol Spence is the much more technical of the two, and Danny Garcia is the much more of a brawler out of the two. And I just think because Danny lacks real boxing technique, and he goes in, he's more of a come forward style fighter, I just feel like Errol Spence is going to pick him apart, you know. Like I said, again, no shade to Danny. That's just how I feel, man. And I think his only chance is to catch Errol with a good punch, you know, similar to what Mike Tyson was in his heyday. You know, Tyson was a great fighter, but Tyson was a brawler. You know, he brought the fight to you, came forward, and he tried to knock you out with every punch. And we saw once he started taking on, now we'll say this in Tyson's defense, you know, and in Danny's defense. When Tyson had the right trainer, when he had Customato in his corner, Customato knew how to turn Tyson into a technical brawler. And what I mean by that is he used technique along with a brawling style of boxing just to overwhelm his opponent. And he lost that when he lost Customato. So in Tyson's defense, I will say, you know, a lot of that is not his fault. It was the people that was in his corner who weren't utilizing his natural abilities in the same way Customato was. So it brings me to this analogy. When you think about Danny, you think about fighters like Danny or fighters like Tyson, you should be thinking, well, what happened when Tyson took on a technical fighter, i.e. Evander Holyfield, you know, and Lennox Lewis? You know, what happened when he took on technical heavyweights? You know, we saw that they demolished him, basically. You know, he didn't have the right skill set at that time to deal with what those guys brought to the table as far as technique and knowing how to use a jab and knowing how to catch their opponent at the right time with power. You know, they basically destroyed Mike Tyson. And now, like I said before, no shade to Tyson, no shade to Danny. If you have the right people in your corner, you don't really have to worry about that, because they're going to help you compensate for the fact that you're not overly talented in the technical department. They're going to show you how to use angles with power and show you how to use speed with power and refine your natural abilities to be able to take on a technical style fighter. But unfortunately, I don't think Danny has a custom model in his corner. I think Danny has a very brash type of trainer. I don't think, you know, the people that are handling him are anywhere near the level of a custom model or Freddie Roach or someone of that caliber, you know. And I feel like Errol Spence is just that guy, man. He's the next up, you know. He's the next big name in boxing, you know, along with your Terence Crawfords, your Josecito Lopez's. I think I just feel like he's the next level, and I think that Danny's a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but he's not exceptional in any one category. But when you look at Errol Spence, he is very exceptional in a few categories, and being technical is one of those categories. And like I said before, a technician beats a brawler 7 days a week. Now, you can say what you want to say. You know, this is my personal opinion, how I feel like the fight's going to play out. And I think Errol Spence actually knocks Danny out. You know, I'm not trying to predict the round, but I think Errol Spence is going to deliver something big. I think he has to deliver something big because of he's coming off the accident. He's been off for a long time. And you know, people are not going to feel like he can beat Crawford or Pacquiao if he doesn't deliver big in this fight. Is the accident going to play a role, you know, in this fight? I'm not sure yet. Is the accident going to hinder Errol Spence Jr. in some type of way? We don't know. Is he the same fighter? We don't know. We haven't really seen Spence. When you look around for footage of him training or sparring, you can't really find a lot of it. Well, I can't personally. I've been looking around for some of it. I can't find a lot of his footage, and you know, that's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because perhaps he's keeping something new a secret, and or perhaps, you know, maybe he is a little bit damaged. We saw the Terence Crawford Kell Brook fight, and we saw the type of damage that Kell Brook actually has, you know, as far as being a fighter, and the fact that he just couldn't take the punches anymore. He can't take those heavy punches anymore, even at welterweight. He can't take them at middleweight. He can't take them at welterweight. And perhaps his best bet is to retire. Is that going to reign true for Errol Spence Jr.? I'm not sure yet. We have to see this fight to determine that. Next up, you know, let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section, man. I don't want to ramble on too long, but I got Errol Spence winning this fight. Me personally, I got him winning. I got him winning by knockout. So, will Errol Spence Jr. fight Manny Pacquiao next? I think there's a 50-50 shot. I actually think there's a 90-10 shot because of everything that went on with Terence Crawford over the past week, and the fact that Crawford really brings nothing to the table at this point. Crawford's going to have to either switch promotional companies or take a pay cut to start having his name at the top of the welterweight division as far as commanding fights. You know, those guys over at PBC, they can command fights because they have so many welterweights. Terence Crawford has no welterweights other than the guys Bob Earl puts in front of him from Top Rank. You know, there is no other competition over at Top Rank. They're just low-grade guys that Errol Spence can beat up on. This is the reason he had to make that Brook fight, because Brook was the only guy available, top name available at welterweight at the time. And, you know, stuff in the world stopped the Pacquiao fight from happening. Does he actually fight Pacquiao next? I really think he does. I think because of the money situation, because of everything that's going on in the world, I think Terence Crawford doesn't want to take a pay cut. He doesn't want to negotiate. He wants to be the A side of everything. He thinks he's top dog for some reason. Maybe he is top dog, but the problem with him even being top dog is you just have no bargaining chips. There's nobody at top rank for you to face off with. So I would say Errol Spence Jr. fights Manny Pacquiao next. Is it going to be the complete next fight? I'm not sure if Pacquiao's going to take on his mandatory or if he'll just skip straight to a Errol Spence fight. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. And as my last topic, man, I want to shout out James Clifton, man. He sent me a message on YouTube, and I just want to read that real fast, man. I really appreciate this message, man. It keeps my spirits up, keeps me going, man, during all this, because I do all this by myself, man. So I just want to read James Clifton comment really fast. It says, God bless your soul in the name of Jesus Christ. It was super relaxing to see you make a fish burger while being educated. And you know, I try to give adult content, man, here. I try to give real boxing talk here, man. I want to give you guys content with an intellectual, from an intellectual standpoint when it comes to boxing, man. And that's my goal, and I hope I'm bringing that to the table. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Like I always say, man, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your dog, man, about Ali Land Boxing Talk. We're trying to grow this platform as big as we can get it, and with your help, I can accomplish that, man. We can accomplish that. And always believe in yourself, man. Follow your dreams will come true. It's your boy Cardinal Red, and we out of here.
Welcome to the field, underrated, overhated, so debated. Now we made it, ain't the hood is so related.